Now to former President Trump, who held a rally on Long Island, New York yesterday, where he continued to push lies about Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio. Just flagrant lies out loud. Trump told the crowd he plans to travel soon to Springfield, as well as to Aurora, Colorado. Take a listen to some of his remarks.
How about in Springfield, Ohio? They had 32,000. This is a little beautiful town. No crime, no problem. 32,000 illegal immigrants come into the town, 32. So they almost doubled their population in a period of a few weeks. Can you believe it? And you know what? They've got to get much tougher. I'm going to go there in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to Springfield and I'm going to Aurora. You may never see me again, but that's okay. Got to do what I got to do. Whatever happened to Trump? Well, he never got out of Springfield.
That's just not.
Here's the Wall Street Journal front page. Told the pet eating story was untrue. Trump team spread it anyway.
Yeah.
That's the front page of the Wall Street Journal.
And we have the reporter on.
And the subhead here is Springfield, Ohio officials informed Vance's staff that rumors were baseless. It did not matter. And now the town is in chaos.
Joining us now, national reporter at the Wall Street Journal, Valerie Borline. She has new reporting, as Joe said, on the Trump campaign, that they were told the rumors from Springfield were not true, but still pushed them. So if you could bring us inside this lie, what's shocking to me is that it continues with wild abandon, with no shame. And is it the press is ignored? Is it that people are ignored?
Yeah, she reported on the story. So what, you know.
I wonder what is inside your reporting in terms of how this all came to be.
Well, we just heard the former president say that there are 32,000 migrants in Springfield, and Governor DeWine and the mayor there says actually there are 15,000 Haitians that have moved there in the last 4 years legally, almost all of them legally, because as we know, there's been a massive humanitarian crisis in Haiti. And actually, they've been welcomed to, what we found was they've been welcomed to Springfield with open arms. There was a real labor crunch like so many places during the pandemic. And so the Haitians have been, this community of Haitians have been in the small town of, about 60,000 people. It has created a lot of pressure in the community, as it would with a lot of new people. We just found no truth to the idea that they're there illegally or that there's any issues around the community, eating people's pets, which is really a very serious claim to make.
What are you finding in terms of what the campaign strategy is? I think what I was getting at is I appreciate that this is on the front page of your paper and that you're reporting on it, but it doesn't stick. Like usually, I don't know, in decades past, in the good old days, if a campaign was called out, if a candidate was called out for lying in a cruel way, it would be something that stopped it in its tracks and created an investigation and interesting implications. And yet here it continues.
It really does. We heard what the president just said, and also yesterday morning after the story appeared, J.D. Vance, who had originally tweeted about this issue, said, well, I choose to believe the stories are true. And we just, we went there, we talked to people, we asked the police department for all of their records and the sheriff's office, the state wildlife division, and there were just no reports that this was happening. So it is, in journalism, it is discouraging that we are trying to vet these claims in good faith, and they just don't matter. I'm sure y'all's inbox is interesting. My inbox is full of people who said, y'all aren't doing your jobs, and so I'm not sure we've reached a point where our reporting just doesn't break through with people sometimes.
Valerie, good morning. You're right. J.D. Vance, that's his reflex immediately. Well, the media won't cover this story. They won't go fact check it. Well, they've been fact checking it since the beginning. You're on the ground fact checking it now. And to get to the core of your reporting this morning, the front page of the Wall Street Journal, the Vance team and the Trump campaign have pointed to this police report, they said, that showed a neighbor in Springfield. A woman had reported her pet missing and suspected it might have been taken by a Haitian immigrant. What happened from there?
Well, you know, the campaign has said they had demonstrable evidence that these pet kidnappings were happening, and they provided a document. So we went to the home of the woman who had reported her cat missing, and she was very apologetic. She found the cat missing 5 days later. It was in her basement, Miss Sassy, and she used her phone and her daughter to go next door and apologize to the Haitian immigrants living there.
Oh, my God.
But, you know, when we approached her, she was wearing a Trump T-shirt and had a Trump poster. She was apologetic that she was mistaken and had helped originate some of these claims. But she still supports the former president very strongly, as do many people who live there.
So Miss Sassy, just to underline, was in the basement and not eaten by the Haitian neighbor?
But, you know, we live in a world where they call it viral for a reason. Like these stories spread really quickly, and Miss Kilgore, the owner of the cat, had posted about it on Facebook in a small private Springfield group, and it went, you know, it gets out into the wider world. And once those things start spreading, it is like a virus. It's very hard to find the origin or also to tamp it down.
Wow.
The impact on Springfield writ large. I mean, there have been schools that have been closed. There has been bomb threats made against City Hall, against hospitals, and now Donald Trump suggests that in 2 weeks' time he may go to Springfield. What's the level of concern there about people who just feel like life's not going to return to normal?
Well, it's been a very difficult time in Springfield, and I think one of the things that's so poignant about this story is that Springfield is America, right? I think there's 46 Springfields in this country. Springfield is the home of the Simpsons. Fathers Knows Best. It's just middle America, and the mayor is a Republican, and you know the governor's a Republican, and J.D. Vance is from a town an hour away, and they know each other, and they're like, hey, this isn't happening here, but what is happening is we're having to close the schools. City Hall is on lockdown. We've had to close the DMV. All these places because of these rumors and fear and bomb threats. But, you know, it really, the people we talked to said they felt like they were under siege by a lie, really.
All because Miss Sassy was in the basement and not eaten by Haitian immigrants. Literally, that started it. And Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are centering their campaign, the final stretch of their campaign, on a lie about a cat that got downstairs.
Despite this great reporting and the reporting of many others, it continues, which is staggering, and we're in a different time, that's for sure, a dangerous one. The Wall Street Journal's Valerie Borland, thank you very much for your great reporting and analysis.
Great reporting, Valerie. Thank you.